Whether you're someone that's already well established in another industry or someone that's just getting started in their professional career, learning to code can drastically set you apart from the competition when joining the tech field. Now, there's many different ways to learn how to code. There's the traditional route where you go to college and major in something tech related like computer science or information technology. There's coding boot camps, which take 3 to 6 months and fast track the process of learning how to code, and then they push you out into the workforce. And then there's a third option that doesn't get talked about as much, which is self-taught. Now, when it comes to the first two options, they are both amazing options and they're both viable ways for you to learn how to code and join the tech industry, but they're not very economical in modern day. The first two options can run you a lot of capital, which is why the third option is definitely seen as the most affordable option. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a self-taught programmer, and if you do everything right, you'll have a portfolio that matches those that are just graduating college. I have a video discussing the 10 steps for learning how to code. It should be linked somewhere and up here, so I highly recommend you go check that out to make you a more competitive person when it comes to joining the tech industry. Now, all resources that I will be discussed in this video will be linked down in the description, so you can go check them out yourself and find which one works best for you. Before we get started, hi, I'm Courtney. I'm a high school software engineer with a few years of experience within the tech industry. I've personally used every single one of these coding platforms, for refreshing myself with different coding languages, to learning another coding language, to helping me build a new portfolio. So yeah, I personally can attest to every single one of these resources that I'm speaking about today. They are all amazing. You just have to find what works for you. I highly recommend you stay out through the entire video because I'll be dropping little nuggets of information that you might not have known before. So I highly recommend just watching all the way through. Coding platform number one, my number one favorite coding platform, Codecademy. If you watch any of my other videos, you know I reference Codecademy here and there. It is my hands down favorite platform to learn on. Codecademy uses a project-based learning system where you learn a lesson and then work it out on a project right afterwards, so you can really get some hands-on experience behind what you just learned. Codecademy has a plethora of different languages and courses that you can take with multiple lessons within each different language. Now, while I love Codecademy, I will say their most recent few updates, they've put a lot of their different resources behind paywalls, which is why it's not the most economical option if you're really looking for just a good old free platform. The next resource we're going to talk about is completely free and I absolutely love it. This resource is called Free Code Camp. As it's in the name, everything with it is free. There is no paywalls really behind it. They just kind of ask you to donate here and there. But honestly, if you are okay with clicking X on a couple donation requests, I love Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp has a lot of lessons underneath each of their different certifications that you can get. And within these lessons, similar to Codecademy, they are project-based learning where you learn the lesson and then fill the project within a mini text editor within the web browser. Alright, just so y'all know, a text editor is pretty much a program that you can code in. The most common text editor that people use is Visual Studio Code, which is something that you can download onto your personal device. If Free Code Camp's not your style, the third platform we're going to talk about today is the Odin Project. I absolutely love the Odin Project because this is the first platform that I used that introduced me to Git and GitHub. Now, Git is pretty much a version control area where you can control the different versions of your application. This connects with your GitHub, which is pretty much a digital repository that saves all these different versions, and it also serves as a digital resume to show how much work you've been doing with coding your own projects, with helping code on other people's projects. It's amazing. It helps show employers that you are very active and that you're not just chilling around at your house doing nothing, but you're actively coding dang near every day. GitHub and Git are both very useful for showing this consistency. So in addition to teaching me what Git was, the Odin Project, similar to the first two resources, is also project-based learning, where you do the lesson and then you do a project after it. The Odin Project is a little bit more lesson heavy than project heavy in the very beginning, but I honestly highly recommend it because it's still an amazing platform for learning more in-depth information on the different languages. Also has an amazing digital community with Discord where they have amazing mentors and teachers to help you understand the content better. It helps you connect with others that are in your same shoes that really want to learn how to code, and you can kind of see where their mind's at and where your mind should be, or where you could even help other people grow in their personal journeys. All right, the next platform we're going to talk about is SoloLearn. This platform, like the first three, is very, very user-friendly. It is also lesson heavy like the Odin Project. SoloLearn also has an amazing mobile application that you can use. So when you're sitting in the lobby of a doctor's office, or if you're bored in class or anything of that sort and you just want to get a couple lessons done, I personally love just going on the app and refreshing myself with certain languages. It's an amazing platform. It, like all the other platforms discussed, has various different languages for you to be able to learn. So I personally highly recommend you go and check them out. Right now, before we go to the final platform, I want to give you guys another little nugget of information on what to do after going through these different platforms. Once you've completed your certifications and you've gone through and you've learned the syntax of the language, it's time for you to go ahead and start doing projects. You might not seem ready and you might not feel totally confident, but that's okay. You just need to get started. One resource that I use almost daily when it comes to refreshing myself on syntax and things of that sort is W3 Schools. This is an amazing website for looking up things that range from classes to divs to just different tags altogether. They have a lot of lesson material as well as examples at the bottom with built-in text editors like in the most platforms discussed today. And it's honestly an amazing resource for learning how to code and doing your own projects. And it's very helpful for refreshing yourself on different terminologies. All right, now time for the final resource. It's not necessarily a platform in particular, but it's a course offered by a highly prestigious school. This course is called Harvard CS50. This is Harvard's computer science course, where it's more like their intro to programming class, but they live stream it and offer it as a free coding resource for everybody to learn to code, just like the high-level students they have at Harvard University. This class was amazing, and as somebody that's personally taken it a couple years back, I loved how they taught you from scratch. Take one step forward, turn right, take one step to the left, to coding full-on projects. It was amazing. For this kind of course, you do need to download your own text editor, so using Visual Studio Code is what you should be doing for coding. If you aren't able to download an actual text editor, I highly recommend using Replit.com, which is a web-based text editor. It doesn't really matter which one specifically you use, but the fact is that they don't really give you one built in. Harvard CS50 is a lecture-based course, just like college. Like I said, it's literally just a camera being stuck in the middle of their class and you pretty much sitting virtually next to Harvard students. There's plenty of different ways to learn how to code, and learning how to code for free is an amazing way to kind of cheat the system a bit. Make sure you're taking advantage of the free resources that you have, and don't pay money for things that you don't need to pay money for. These are perfectly great resources that get the job done just as well, if not better than, a lot of paid classes that people are spending thousands upon thousands of dollars for. I absolutely loved using every single one of these different resources, whether it was learning how to code altogether to learning a new coding language. I absolutely loved using these different platforms, and I hope you can all take something from these and find the one that works perfectly for you. As I previously said, everything is linked down in the description, so be sure to go check them out. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out some of my other videos. I'll link them around here, and I'll see you guys next time on Quartz Corner.